18 billion sounds like a lot of money, and it is substantial, but you can wake up tomorrow and nobody can account for it. I'm not saying that's what will happen, but I also live in a country where I've seen a lot of those packages come out, and it's not the first financial package that has come out for the industry. You know, all due respect to the federation, a lot of my guys complained when they were talking about the open mics. They were geared more towards a specific type of music. They weren't really
around the other genres.
The other genres, it was a specific type of music, and it didn't really focus on the other genres. Or they only like your hip hop when it kind of is like their genre. You get? Or it can mix well with their genre. Otherwise, they don't want the diversification is not accounted for. 2024 is about a lot of hard work, a lot of content, a lot of product, a lot of marketing, a lot of connections, a lot of contractual stuff, and a lot of making a way for my people. All of the main hip-hop artists in Uganda who are known are aggressive. I don't have to name them. They are marketing, they are always out, they are always connecting with people, even people may not necessarily connect with them. You will always see them out. Their socials are always active. They're always trying to reach out into different genres. They try different experimental things with other people, right? But there are like 5, 6 people in the whole industry in hip-hop who are like that. Like 6. Otherwise, they're going to be all these guys who are still coming up, or all these guys who think that people deserve to know who they are. So the people at the front have a responsibility to try to lead the people behind. But the people at the front might look out for their people and keep moving, which is fine. Just you have to recognize the reality and act accordingly. But in the end, I hope everything works out for everyone.
You have seen Rema's shows. O2 Arena. Yeah. How do you relate the competition with us here home?
Well, that's the thing, is them, they compete internationally, as we compete locally.
Ladies and gentlemen, feel welcome to the show. Today, it happens to be a Boxing Day. It's a day of unwrapping boxes for the various gifts that you have been gifted by friends, families, and each and every beloved one. And today, guess what? Blessing us on the show, we have none other than Bya Ruyonga, well known as Ruyonga. He's a hip-hop artist, and of course, a very, very, very spoken word artist. By the way, first of all, I want to appreciate you. The first time I saw you doing spoken word poetry, that was at Kwivuga, at the last 11th editions. When did you stop doing or start doing this, and stop at which point of time?
Actually, Kwivuga used to be there before, and Kwivuga is a poetry thing. So every time they invite me to Kwivuga, I would do some poetry, a bit. But because it hadn't been around for a while, I think most people hadn't seen me do that. But like I always try to push myself to do some poetry every once in a while. So that was a good opportunity to do that. Yeah.
Okay. So should we say that you abandoned the poetry world and now you decided to focus on the rap?
No, I mean, I think, okay, like for me, we started out before the rap. How we got to the rap was poetry. But okay, like I've been more of a rapper like for a long time. But I always try to go back to the poetry thing because those are the roots. Like for me, I studied literature, so back in secondary. So it kind of comes from that background. But I like poetry because rap is very, the rules are many. Things have to rhyme, things have to be melodious. With poetry, it's kind of the same, but there's more freedom. So I always quietly write my stuff and test my things. But yeah, guys know me as a rapper, but yeah, no, poetry is definitely dear to my heart also. Okay. Yeah.
That is a German Ruyonga. We are catching up with him as we wrap up this very year as well. You are very well known as a US best hip hop artist, but a Ugandan one. You decided to revert back to homeland?
Yeah, I've been here for a while. I just think this is where there's something fresh here for like, I think artists need inspiration, and the greatest inspiration I can think of right now is Africa, is UG. So yeah, I'm around, man. I'm definitely around. Yeah.
Okay. So talking about the industry or the music world today that you are still pursuing the career in, njagala okumanya Ruyonga, how is musically generally as you defined it on our local scene?
It's kawa. It's I think music, the entertainment industry, when you decide to get into the entertainment industry and the entertainment business, you know, I consider them to not really be different. You have to understand that music, as music, is very peaceful, is very calm, but the industry, the music business, is very aggressive. You know, it's and whoever is the most aggressive will have the most results. So I think the issue has been some of the people who I consider the most talented are not as aggressive as other people. So for me, I'm always a fan of seeing talented people who are aggressive. Like, the thing that will help us is if we can balance people's skills with their ability to promote, because I think we're in a marketing generation. Like for me, when I was before this, the music moved on its own. Product moved on its own, but now product is more associated with brand and lifestyle. So there's a very, if you're able to take advantage of it, social media and the platforms and knowing how to manage them, you can actually do a lot. It's a double-edged sword, because someone may not be as good as you, but if they know how to work social media, you know, and they know how to engage with the people, they're going to leave you behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think today an artist is receiving back the revenue as he's supposed to do? Most especially in your perspective of an hip hop artist.
I think, of course, now that has been a big hot button issue. And coalitions are forming, and there's organizations to address that. People are doing that to address that. But I feel still as a whole, there's still levels of segregation. But I can respect the people who have come together to do something about it and to engage the government and to, you know, make something happen, because, you know, everything has its way of doing things. If you're a musician and you're in studio, it's very different from how you approach a businessman when it comes to funding your things. It's very different from how you approach marketing, and it's very different how you approach the law. And there are things you cannot get if you're not legally in place, you know? So I have to commend the people who have come together to do that and make it happen. But sometimes, of course, you have to be aware that there's a lot of disregard sometimes, because someone knows their circle and their people. They may not think about the Afrobeat, the Chidandali, or whatever, may not think about, say, the hip-hop like that. Okay. So unity is important. So for anything, for people to get what they want, whether it's revenue, respect, tours, market share, there has to be some sort of unity. The more unity, the better. So
there have been a formation of national bodies taking over the industry. We have UMF, that is Uganda Musician Federation. Yeah. We still have the association, which is supposed to be under the federation, but it's independent. UMF. Yeah. What is where are you on these both parties?
Where I am is, I'm still trying to figure out how to navigate it, because the people who are in there, it's not, I don't think it's intentional, but they already have their people. They know their people. So they focus on their people. Their interests are for their people. It's just as simple as that, by the way. You know, if you position yourself properly, you're going to be more advantageous but they focus themselves on their people. Like, I don't know, outside of like big main rappers like Feek, I don't even know which other rapper is in the what? Do you get? So for me, my interest is hip-hop. It's music and Ugandan music in general. But now for me, it's like, now for me, my responsibility is to make sure that hip-hop has a voice. Okay. You get? So the things that we're trying to do and put in place to make that happen. But one of the first things for us, of course, that we have to do is aggression, which is why, like, somewhere time in November, December, I really increased my presence and my work ethic, because it's hard for people to even look at you and consider you when nobody is paying attention to you, you know? And sometimes I think the hip-hop community does a very big job of, I'll just do this. Whoever feels me. Whoever doesn't. And I can understand that, but it creates a problem, because the more aggressive guy can actually take more of your territory, you know? Okay. So that aggression is necessary, and to understand that those federations, it would be good to work with them and get inside them, but it might be harder because they don't really recognize like that, because I guess maybe we haven't put in the work, or we haven't been as out there as all the other guys, you know? So, but also we have to understand that things are changing, there's shifts happening, and there's opportunities and windows for to get yourself heard, because those federations, I'm cool with some people in there, but they might not be pushing me. But because of what we've been doing on social media, you can't go anywhere in this town and you don't, and my name doesn't come up, you know? So how do we leverage both of those things? Because I see what they're doing and I respect it. I'm doing what I'm doing and I respect it. How do we meet in the middle? But how do we understand that we have work to do?
Okay.
Yeah.
So today, do you think today there's been a sum of money that was released to the industry? Yeah? That is, some name it 18 billion, others are like 13.
Yeah.
We hear 30, 33. What is the relevance of this money, and how should it be positioned?
See, that's another thing is, okay, this money has been released to the industry. That's nice. I'm in the industry. I haven't received any of that money. You get? What I mean by that is, what have I done to be in a position to receive that money? And if I haven't done it, what do I do about it? B, if that money isn't reaching everybody, or it's not doing what it's supposed to do for everybody, because the people who have it, I hope that they have a plan for it, and that plan affects us positively, you know? But I also live in a country where I've seen a lot of those packages come out, and it's not the first financial package that has come out for the industry, you know? And that I haven't seen any, I can't point and be like, at now, this is the situation. Most of the work that we do, it's directly for us and deals with us. You get, like, I have many people that I love in the industry and I do stuff with, like a lot of the stuff that I did with different people. But I also understand that those people are working their angles. These people in the middle are working their angles with their 18 billion.
18 billion.
18 billion, which is fine. But also, I just hope they have a plan for it and can do something for the industry, because 18 billion sounds like a lot of money. And it is substantial. But you can wake up tomorrow and nobody can account for it. I'm not saying that's what will happen. But you can wake up tomorrow and we're still in the same place. Guys are still asking for the same things. Guys are still trying to do the same things. So I hope they do something with it. For me personally, I can't really like focus on cutting out 18 billion. What about me? And what? Because I have music. God gave me music. You know, I have people who connect with me. I have fans. I want to be a part of an organization and a structure that helps other artists. But I know that these things are still in progress. And sometimes the people already are in place. They already have their people who are, you know, taking advantage of that. And I can respect that. So for me, I have to set up lens for my people. Because we are all people, we are together. But the reality is, if you are your people, you've already organized, who am I to come in and be like, you organized, so give me, you know? What about our organization? So that's what 2024 is about. A lot of hard work, a lot of content, a lot of product, a lot of marketing, a lot of connections, a lot of contractual stuff, and a lot of making a way for my people. You get? Yeah. So that they also have avenues, so that when those things come, automatically some of my people get. Because a lot of my people put in a lot of work. But if I make a call to all of them, I wonder how many of them will say, yeah, the 18 also us we received. Or something is being done for us. Yeah, that's just the reality.
Do you think today the entire art industry needs money or needs copyright?
How do you remove any? Like, the thing is, having a copyright, you copywriting, if you don't have resources, your copyright can't help you. Like, but also, once you have your resources, you want to put something in place that where you don't always have to use your resources to get resources. Use resources to get resources. A copyright is in place whenever your thing is appreciated by someone and used, money comes to you. But then again, also, it's also a wait and see thing, because I hope for the best in all those situations. But over the years, the thing that I've seen is people look out for themselves. Okay. Even when they talk about let's come together, they look out for themselves. Like, a lot of my guys complained, you know, all due respect to the federation, a lot of my guys complained when they were talking about the open mics. They were geared more towards a specific type of music. They weren't really
around the other genres.
The other genres, it was a specific type of music, and it didn't really focus on the other genres. Or they only like your hip hop when it kind of is like their genre. You get, or it can mix well with their genre. Otherwise, they don't want the diversification is not accounted for. People don't think about where I'm like I come and me I'm like this. I like your style of music, so I think about your style of music in addition to mine. Like, what can I do for you? Like, where I'm going, can I take? I'd be like, yo, this is my style. It's nice, but there's also these other styles from Uganda. People don't think like that. They're like, this is the Ugandan music. This one, you focus on this one. This one, this one, you do. You know, and that's the mentality I've met a lot of times. I haven't met people will come and they'll tell you, man, you're nice. I like what you do, but their words don't go beyond. The percentage of people who have put something behind their words is very different. Okay. So for me, from what I understand, guys just need to, in their own places, first off, I can respect people need to work. Those guys have positioned themselves to be able to reap the benefits from that situation. For me personally, that's what I'm trying to do. Because I am yet to see one group of people think about all the genres. I haven't seen it. Yeah. The day I see it, I'll be very happy. So as long as that's not happening, I still feel like all of us in our individual whatevers, we have work to do. That's just how I feel. Because if you're not going to respect my art, it doesn't change that God gave it to me and it is a global entity. Yeah. Like for me, the stuff that I do, I will get reactions from across the world. You know, I can't be mad if you don't feel about me the way other people do. You get. So I'll focus on what I have to do to take advantage of the fact that I have a global influence. So what are all these other artists doing about that? Because also there's some artists who are getting that money who they just want to make their situation comfortable in Uganda and settle there, which is fine. You get it? Yeah. Me, by the time I'm done, I expect to stand on a stage and people know different kinds of Ugandan music internationally. That's my aim.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are with Ruyonga, a hip-hop artist. Today, as we finalize today, last time there was a consultative meeting about a copyright amendment, the Act 206. Yes. You guys didn't show up. I didn't see anyone of the hip-hop fraternity coming through putting a voice on this.
Yeah, I mean, we were maligned. Like, okay, here's the thing, right? If you come and you only... I put it like, if I come and I only hit you up when it benefits me, or when it's supposed to look like I care that you exist. But other times, if I can, I don't want to see you. If I can get away with you not being there, it's okay, right? I can't be mad if now the day I call you, like, you come, we have to sort this thing. You'll be like, me, I'm Kawa. Because there's no real relationship. You get? You're doing it because you've gone somewhere and you're saying you're standing on behalf of the entire industry. Yeah. So that person, those people, you're coming. If I'm saying that, you're coming is only coming so it can validate what I'm saying to the people I'm telling that I'm talking on behalf of the whole industry. Yeah. You get? Because we are all, if you're in the entertainment industry, if you have relationships with someone, if I have a relationship with you and you call me somewhere, am I going to come or I'm not going to come?
You're going to be coming.
Exactly. So if there is no relationship, then people don't show up.
But this was a collective one, a general one, whereby even they left an open space for you guys to deliver what you think can be amended.
Yeah, and that's the problem is on our end, we are too entitled. It's not one-sided. On this end, we've been pushed out a lot. But on our end, we've also been entitled. Like, if they don't... All of the main hip-hop artists in Uganda who are known are aggressive. I don't have to name them. They are marketing, they are always out, they are always connecting with people, even people may not necessarily connect with them. You will always see them out. Their socials are always active. They're always trying to reach out into different genres. They try different experimental things with other people, right? But there are like 5, 6 people in the whole industry in hip-hop who are like that. Like 6. Otherwise, there are going to be all these guys who are still coming up, or all these guys who think that people deserve to know who they are. So those are the issues. I know guys who are like, me, I can't force myself on those things. You get? Yeah. So at the end of the day, these things are going to continue to happen because I'm not saying that it is one-sided. We all have work to do. You get? Yeah. And I can't blame anyone if that thing comes out and it doesn't work for for us because we were called out to it. But on the flip side, I understand why hip hop guys feel that hip hop guys, new wave guys. Did you see any new wave guys? Like if I name any of those guys of the Barakas, the Who's, Nana, what, were they there?
Yeah.
How many of them were there?
There are few of them.
Very few. But if I mention for you all of the new wave guys that are, that's the thing is we have a very big industry. So the people at the front have a responsibility to try to lead the people behind. But the people at the front might look out for their people and keep moving, which is fine. Just you have to recognize the reality and act accordingly. But in the end, I hope everything works out for everyone.
Thank you, Ruyonga. Let's adjourn with Ruyonga still. We are having some more left, a few minutes. Okulai to wrapping up this interview. As well, tugenda kugenda bukone mu Uganda. People, you're from Bunyoro, first of all. You didn't say hi to anyone.
Eh? But I've had a very, very, very long day. But all my Bunyoro people, my Wanyankore, my Uganda, you know, I have mad love for you. It's been a hectic couple of days. I wasn't really like we kind of dealt with loss in the family. So like even general.
So last time I saw you, the last night I saw you were from Barrio.
Something like that.
Yeah,
so like, I don't want to really talk about it, but like in general, you guys. You guys. Now, but I'm Caesar. Like, just right now, I'm not really in that zone, but those are my people. Charlie,
okay, so Ruyonga, you have had a series of different works that you have been releasing, the pieces that you do fusing raps in the moving songs. Let's talk about this project.
For me, it's just it's an opportunity to work on different songs that I like, but it's also an opportunity for me to do content and show the people what I can do, because as an artist from before, sometimes we get caught up in that thing of people already know me. And then you'd be surprised when these new guys, they don't know you like that. You get it? Yeah. So for me, it's a reintroduction to the people, but it's also an opportunity for me to use the platforms that are available to me to show people what I can do. Okay. Yeah, so that for me is a big thing. And it's also a challenge for me because my whole thingy is English. So if you see, I've been trying to push myself to do different languages. I'm even here trying to do Swahili. Like basically like all these things of like this is my culture and I have to represent it. Yeah? Okay. Like yeah. So I have to rep for my people. You get like Mulio, Mulije, like all those things. I can do them in a studio and just keep it there. Or I can come and represent for my people and try to do that music the best way I can because the platforms are available. Yeah. So I feel like as long as the platforms are available, I'm going to now just keep hitting you guys with new music. But an album is coming. So a lot of the content you're going to be seeing now is from the Kabalega album.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be awesome to have it. So as we wrap up, this year has been more of the events. What are some of the artists that have made for you this year?
Artists that have made for me this year? Man, I've been kind of low-key. I've been doing a lot of music and leaving stuff on my end. So I can't lie. The one show I really wanted to see, I wasn't able to go to, which was Kendrick. Okay. Artists here do really well, and the closest thing I would say to like performance that really stood out for me would be Kenneth Mugabe and Maurice Kyria. Okay. Like I just really like not that the other guys don't do nice stuff. It's just things can be a bit one-dimensional. Guys will give you the same thing they always give you. Like the guys who stood out in the events industry to me, who did something that would consider kind of new was ATS. That setup, lighting, stage. That was crazy. And I respect all the artists who really came out presentation-wise and did really well. But in terms of like just the artist performances, like a lot of the better artist performances I saw were from my crew, Chief, Wanda JR, you know, Ambroy. Like those are the guys whose artist performances kind of stood out for me. Okay. Yeah, so everyone else is doing their thing. Shout out to Cohen JC. His artist performance stuff is always good. Yes. Different people.
There's Walter Whitey.
Walter White does his thing. Yeah. There's this crazy stuff that I keep seeing. What's this guy from? This guy from Masaka. What's this guy's name? Everyone loves him. Suna Ben.
Suna Ben. Me, man. That guy. There was a show that who was it coming here? And people were all shocked. You remember when Twitter
Yeah,
was shut down
I
because
know.
this guy was going to grace the stage.
Man, like that was I, okay, his style is not for me, but I can respect that his things and I don't know, just interesting. It's very comedic. Guys just they shake the trees, they bring chickens on stage. I'm like, I don't know, but I won't lie. I find it amusing. I find this stuff amusing. But yeah, man, like artists have really done a lot this year. But like for me, my focus has really been on trying to see what UG artists can do and bring to the table. Like anyone who saw the Kendrick show, they can tell you that they felt like that standard had been set high. So I'm like, yeah, when will we also set some standards? Yeah.
This year we have had some of the new generation in African artists who have made it. You have seen Rema's shows, O2 Arena.
Yeah.
How do you relate the competition with us here home?
Well, that's the thing, is them, they compete internationally as we compete locally. Like a lot of us do. I don't mean that in a bad way. Because I'll give an example. Baraka competes internationally. So you'll see him on international platforms. There's an intentionality. It's not that it's the easiest thing to do, but that's the aim. You get? A lot of the artists here, you will not see them, even when they have the capacity, they won't cross. They want to go to even Juba. Just the reality.
Ruyonga, thank you very much for sparing your time with us.
No, thank you for having me,
All
man.
right. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year as well.
Happy holidays, my guy. It's always a pleasure to see
All
you.
right.
Bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been with Ruyonga, Mr. Raw, and of course he has been availing us of what has been with stock with him. Tujakuwa tudamu next time. For now, MC Chie is my name, and as well, by the way, I also do spoken word, so
Nice.
next time I want to grace the stage when you are in the audience.
I can't wait, man.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, he's told me George the Poet is still in there.
Yeah, I think he's still around. I don't know if he's still around, but he was around. He did a free show, album, gave guys a sample of the album. Yeah, man. Did you? You didn't go?
I didn't go. Actually, I last had that conversation with you when you
Yeah,
told
man.
me. But why does George come here and doesn't publish things?
I think there was someone went the wrong channel, because you can't say it was money, because Kwivuga was a charged show. It was sold out. This other thing was free. So it can't be like, usually when those things happen, guys are like, the guy didn't have the... But if that's the case, why would he come and do a free show? So somebody, there must have been a misunderstanding somewhere. Like, or maybe dates got messed up. Like, but he came, did Motive, did a very nice show, man. Big up to George the Poet. So maybe you should look for him.
George the Poet, I'm sure you are going to link me to George the Poet. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been graced with Ruyonga for now. We wish you a happy season for now. Have a blessing.